afternoon, everybody.
Yay.
Yay.
Hi,
It is like really hot outside.
It is. Yep.
I just looked on my computer, and down in the bottom left corner it says heat advisory. I'm like, ooh.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. That means we should stay in and sew, right?
Right.
Stay in and quilt, stay in and sew. That's okay. My husband's working overtime for the next 3 nights, so that means
Yeah?
I get lots of sewing time. Wonder what
That's
I can come up
awesome.
with. I know, super excited. Well, welcome if you are joining us today. It is Thursday, right?
Yep.
Thursday.
It is.
We are running really, really slim on employees this weekend. We have our OESD event going on at the Littleton store. So hopefully they're all having fun down there. And Paula and Steve and myself are holding the fort down up at the Thornton store.
The dream team.
The dream team,
Yep.
of course.
Of course.
Of course, we have a little Lilybug with us
We
today
do,
too.
of course.
Yes. So I think she's got
Dream
one more
team
week.
plus one.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Anyway, we got lots to show you today. I'm going to show you 2 upcoming classes that I'm going to be teaching in the next couple of weeks. We are going to be doing the final installment on our AccuQuilt Happy Hues quilt. So we are going to be completing that up today.
Nice.
And the big announcement is that we are going to be talking about our next Riley Blake. So this is going to be, it's called Our Town, and this is their block of the month for 2026.
So
And
stinking cute.
I know, isn't it cute? And the reason I'm bringing it up, we have talked about it once or twice, not very much, but we have talked about it a couple of times. And I just got a text message from our rep letting us know that today is the last day for us to up our numbers. So I do want to talk to you about how the program works. I want to talk to you about how Above and Beyond is going to support the program. And I'm standing in front of the current year's projects, which were the tabletop banners. And there was an option on this one to make them into individual little quilts, so you can make them into one big quilt. But anyway, we do have a lot of you partaking in this year's program. So we wanted to talk a little bit about next year's program. So how does this work? First of all, this is a year-long commitment. So you can't just buy one block, okay? You are committing to all 12 months. And how this works is you give us permission to run your credit card when each month's block comes in. So we keep it on a secure file for you, and we will notify you when your kit is ready. These are $39.99 per month. If you are a ship-to customer, we don't charge you anything for the shipping, so the shipping is all included. If you're local, obviously we will email you, call you, and you can come pick up your kits. But we do have a couple of options for you. So Paula is super excited that she is actually going to be teaching this in 2026.
Woohoo!
I know.
So excited.
So if you are local and you want to join this program, we do not charge you for the class. So your class fee will be waived with the membership fee, okay? And then we'll also be doing this on live also.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be super fun.
Yes.
It's super cute. Let's just zoom in here. Really
Yes,
fast.
it's really cute. And they also come in
houses.
super cute little boxes each month. Have you seen those little boxes?
Well, yeah, I got that this month, this year, and I half did it for the boxes.
Do you just have the boxes stacked on a
Stacked
shelf?
up. Yep, they are because they're stinking cute.
Okay, so we don't have this on our website for you to sign up for because we don't want to take prepayment on this. This isn't until 2026. So all we're asking for today is for you to let us know, and you can just put Riley Blake 2026. We'll know that you've got interest. We'll call you. We'll go over the program a little bit more with you, and then you can let us know know if you want to proceed and go onto the subscription list.
Okay.
This is not something that you will be charged for until the first block comes in.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
So this is the Riley Blake 2026.
Okay.
And I think with that we will go ahead and go on over to the other stuff.
Okay. All right. Let's do it.
Do you want to put that in front of the camera so that
sure
it
can.
doesn't?
Here, let me just show you all close up. Look at that little flower pot. Little houses, like a little church, a little house, a little cupcake house. Oh my goodness gracious, you guys. I cannot wait. Got a little candy house, little church. Oh my goodness gracious. All around the center square, like a center
Medallion.
Yeah, like the center town square of all of these houses. I'm super excited. Okay. All right.
Okay.
So some of you left comments. We will write those down. Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to go solo on live today because we are short-handed in the store. Paula, I forgot to grab some water for the little mini iron. Would you mind getting me some? Okay, so we're going to set this aside for right now. And we are going to put this on the holder here. And we are going to talk about a Happy Hues quilt. So I do have the sample here and I'll show it to you here in just a moment. But here is the Happy Hues quilt. The instructions have been attached to the calendar so you can go out there and get that. But today we are on the final block. So the final block is our pink block. And that is going to be in the 4 corners. So a lot of the other blocks we had to make 8 of them. The pink one we only need to make 4. Now when you download your instructions, you do need to watch to make sure whether you are downloading them for the AccuQuilt version or are you downloading them for the rotary cut version. Okay, so there are 2 sets of instructions. The cut and the sewing instructions will yield the same block, but they're 2 very, very different ways. Okay, I am doing mine on block 6. I'm doing it the rotary cutting directions. So if I'm doing it the rotary cutting directions, this is what we need to do. So the first thing we need to do, let me see if I can get that. The first thing we need to do is to do all of our cutting. And our cutting is pretty straightforward for this block. So it does say from the white. My background is actually black. So from the black fabric, I need to cut 5 3/4 inch squares. So I need 5 3/4 inch squares. I need 16. Now this is to make 4 blocks, but I need 16 2.5 by 4.5 rectangles, and I need 16. Oh, I forgot to cut those. Paula? Yeah, will you cut me? I actually only need 4, but can I get 4 2.5 inch black squares, please? Yep. And then you need 4 2.5 inch black squares per block. Okay. From the dark pink fabric, I need a 5 3/4 inch square. And then from my light pink fabric, I need 2.5 inch squares. And I'm just going to press my black fabric real quick and my pink fabric because they're kind of crinkly and I just want to make sure that they are nice and pressed. So the first thing we are going to do is we are going to place this fabric right sides together. And I am using dark fabric. So I'm actually going to use a marking pen that I can see on here. And this is the OESD Perfect Pencil. If you have not seen this before, it's actually more like a wax, but it will completely disappear with the heat from the iron. And we need to mark both diagonals. See how well that shows up? I love these perfect pencils. And these will just completely disappear with, in fact, let me show this to you, with the iron. So as soon as you put heat on it, she says, I'm still waiting for my iron to heat up.
Take it outside for a minute.
It's made a liar out of me. Okay, we'll wait for the iron to heat up and then I'll show it to you. How about that? Melody, are you asking about the kits or the pattern? Please let me know. Or are you asking about whether we're doing it as a live? Okay, so what we are going to do is we are going to stitch 1/4 of an inch. So I am going to my quilting tab, my Q2 menu, my Q2 stitch, and we're going to stitch 1/4 of an inch from either side of both diagonals. So that's going to be 4 lots of stitching rows. So I actually asked Cindy about the kits because she was doing or is doing the kits. She was waiting on one fabric that got there yesterday. So I would imagine the kits would get finished up here very, very soon. She's actually on vacation this weekend, but I will make sure that those get out the beginning of next week for you. And the live, I will check with her whether she's planning on doing that or whether she's wanting me to do that. But we'll get going on those very soon. Whoops, that didn't work very well.
You good?
I think so. Thank you. Okay, so we've stitched 1/4 of an inch on all sides. Every one of them is all free, yes, Mary. So you can go back to the beginning of the year when we started these, and when you go to the class, there is 2 sets of instructions for each class. One will be the rotary cutting instructions, and one will be the AccuQuilt instructions. Now what we are going to do is we are going to trying to set up my camera so you can see right here. Now we are going to cut on the drawn lines. I might have to stand up and do this, sorry. Trying to do it with my arms around the camera. And I am using the rotating mat. And then we're going to press each of these to the dark side, which obviously is going to be the black. I just lied. We're going back to the cutting mat. I'm sorry. Oh, it's been a while since I made this one, and I forgot. I got one more step to show you. I'm just going to put these back just the way they were. Okay, and what we actually need to do also is to cut these vertically and horizontally. Okay, now we're ready. Now we can press these to the side. So those two squares have actually given us 8 half square triangles. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we're going to press these. So let's go press. I don't know if we have shown that patty. I personally haven't even seen one yet. Paula, have you seen the new hedgehog die from Quilt?
What?
The hedgehog die?
I was not here, but I heard we showed it.
Yeah. I know that Matt sent out an email on it. Might be a good question. Matt's going to be doing live tomorrow with you all, with Paula. So I told you I was going to show you the iron. There is the marking on it. And that's when it's heated away. And that works really good for your dark fabrics. I really do like Frixion pens, but they don't work good on dark fabric. Okay, now if you feel the need to square these up because you feel like your squares aren't quite even, you can absolutely do that. I'm not going to square mine up. I think they're going to be okay, but I am going to go in. Of course, if you did this with the Quilt directions, you would not have to do this, but I am going to go in and cut off all of my little dog ears. Thank you. And whilst I'm doing that, I'm going to show you the First Manager Special. This was actually a bundle that we did on Comment Sold, and we just have one bundle left. If you can just comment pink for me, I will know that you are wanting this pink bundle. This is a batik bundle, and it is 5 fat quarters for $11.99. 5 fat quarters for $11.99, and just comment pink. And I am going to just because we do have a delay on that. So I am going to continue cutting these off and watch for a comment. Phyllis Everly is going to get the pink bundle. Paula, would you write that for me, please?
Phyllis Everly?
Yes, please. And she's Littleton.
Okay.
So I have to tell you, I went to my first homeowners meeting last night, homeowners association meeting. 3 hours later, and the meeting still wasn't over, and my husband and I left. I am like, OMG, that's a lot. I mean, it was a lot. I don't know that I'll go to another one. Anyway, so this is the first part of what we needed to do, and we are going to set these aside for just a minute, and we're going to lay our block out. So how the block is stitched together, and I'm gonna lay it, what fun, not exactly. Okay, so let's see, we have a 2.5 inch by 4.5 rectangle with a pink here and a pink here. And no, absolutely nothing, Elaine. A pink here, and a pink here, and a pink here. They basically are having a homeowner's vote on a special assessment is what it was all about. So anyway, it was really boring. I could have got a lot of sewing done in that 3 hours, let me tell you. And now we are going to place our pink and black triangles. So this is actually a really easy block to stitch. Okay, so there I think you can see how the block is going to come to place. So the first thing we're going to need to do is to sew these 4 little blocks together to create the corner, and we're going to do that on each of the 4 corners. Karen, Paula, are you able to go over to the kit table and get me a Mystery 59 fabric kit, please? I just saw one over there earlier. So we're going to take this little 4 patch and we're going to sew this one together and this one together. We're using a 1/4 inch seam. And then I'm going to put these 2 together. Thank you. If I miss a comment, I apologize. I am doing this. Hey, Paula?
Yeah.
Can I get another 2.5 inch square? Look what my handy assistant gave me.
Did I cut one short?
You gave me salvage edge and fuzzes and all sorts.
Sorry. 2.5, what'd you say?
2.5 inches.
Do it. Yep. Right here.
Okay, so I could leave these together and open them up. But that's not right. Uh-oh, what did I do? That's right. That one is wrong. Wow. I couldn't even go 6 inches from where I laid them down and it'd be right.
So not my fault?
No, it's not your fault. This one was definitely my fault, but thank you.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
What do you need?
My machine came unthreaded. My pieces are falling behind my machine. Okay, so that's how it should look. And then we're going to put right sides together and we're going to stitch this one. I am going to press these really quick though. Okay, let me make sure because I wasn't paying attention to notes. We should do a 60 celebration one, absolutely. Kind of my day. Must be one of those days. Okay, so Karen wanted to see Mystery 59. Here is Mystery 59. It's actually all batiks. This back fabric may be different in each kit. This is actually your backing, okay? So the backing may be different, but it's going to be in the brown earth tone family. Super cute. Patrick's going to be stitching that one. And we are starting that next week.
Like we have that in stock. But yeah. Sure, yeah. Let's see.
So I'm going to align these up and then stitch the seam down the right side. And then I'm going to press this open.
It's about a week to 2 weeks. Okay, you're welcome. Bye-bye.
And then I'm going to do my next little square. So what I was going to show you before I pieced that first one incorrectly was how you can just open these up, flip them together, line these up, and stitch. And then we're going to press that one. So now we're working on our third little square. is going on? Got a big knot there. I'm going to twist my fabric around and stitch from the opposite direction. Okay, that's my third corner. And now I need my fourth corner. And then we'll all be done with those. We can stitch the ones together. Whilst I am stitching this fourth quarter, I do have another manager special for you. And this one is the blue bundle. If you can just say sold blue. And this one is 5 fat quarters again, all of the batik fabrics for $11.99. And these were just one-off bundles that were left over from a comment sold a couple of weeks ago. Because of course when you make a fat quarter bundle, you have to make 2, right? And that's going to go to Nancy Rust. I want to make sure I got this right. So Nancy Rust is going to get the blue bundle. Quite honestly, if there is, we still have these fabrics. So if people are interested in these, you can just type in the word sold blue and we can make up more. These were just leftover ones on our comment sold sale, but it is something that we have access to more. And Paula would just love to cut up some more batik bundles for us. Okay, I'm going to sew this last little 4 patch together. And that's my last one. Then I'm going to position these back in my messy little block right here. And we have 3 rows. So making sure everything is rotated the right way. We're going to stitch this one to here to here. We're going to stitch these 3 in the center and these ones across the top. I'm going to go to my second row just so that I'm not stopping and starting as much. And we're going to go to the third row. Going to grab my first row and then I'm going to attach my top right corner block and attach that to this one. I'm going to detach my center row from the chain and attach my last strip to the center row. And likewise with my bottom row. So I do have 3 rows, and like any other quilt, we will press the top and the bottom row the same, and the middle one the opposite. So I'm just going to press those really quick. And now we're just going to stitch these 3 together, and then we will look at the positioning in the quilt so you can see what we're going to do next. This is actually going to be the last session on this quilt, because the rest of it is just very simple strip borders that go around the outside. So today I have posted the finishing instructions also, but we will take some time to talk about that here in just a second. So I'm going to press this one.
Okay, I was just saying, her husband was gonna come pick up the rent check anyways, but I was just gonna see if she's here.
You can drop it off if you want.
No, he's coming already. I was just gonna say, since I have a haircut next door, I was gonna see if she was here, just drop it off and then tell him, hey.
Okay, so here is our finished block.
Have a great day.
I will show those, I will show this in the finished quilt here. So let's go take a peek. Here is my finished quilt. So this quilt is, it's got the big star in the center, and then it follows around with 2 different types of pieced borders, 2 more borders, and then all of those blocks that we've been stitching. So we stitched 4 green, 8 blue, 8 purple, and then the final one was the 4 pink, and that's the one that we just did today. Okay, so how does this go into your quilt? So you will need to download the basic instructions. Let me pull those out. So once you've got all of your outside blocks together, you are then going to stitch 4 rows of these quilt blocks. You're going to stitch 2 like diagram 1 and 2 like diagram 2. The difference being that the diagram 2 has the pink blocks on the end, This row and this row are identical except for the 4 cornerstones. So what you will do is you will sew these 5 together and you will stitch those side side. So when you look at your quilt, you will sew 1 set of 5 blocks to the right and 1 set of 5 blocks to the left. Then diagram 2 that has the pink blocks on, those ones will go top and bottom, or bottom and top, however, I know I pointed to those incorrectly. Okay, that basically is your quilt top, with the exception of the background color and background outside borders. I'm going to pull my quilt over just a little way so we can take a look at that. So basically what we have, once we have got all of our blocks joined up, we will then have a solid black or white, depending what your background was, but you will have a solid border followed by a colored border, which was the pink, and then a little bit of a wider solid black border. So this one was cut 2 inches, this one was cut 2 inches, and this one was cut 2.5 inches. And it does tell you on the directions and in the cutting what that size is. So it will tell you that that first border is going to be cut 70.5 inches for the 2 sides, 73.5 inches for the top and the bottom. And all of those directions are going to be under month 7 for assembling the quilt. And it will tell you which borders of which fabric and how wide. Of course, you can tell that my quilt is not quilted and bound, but that is going to be your last part, is to quilt and bind that. Okay. Let's see. We are going to take a peek at the hedgehog die. So here is the hedgehog die. Paula just printed this off for us to take a peek at. He is so cute. And the quilts that they have done with him are adorable. And the regular price on this is $69.99. This is one of their die to tries. I will add it to today's products. It is not up there right now. But I will add it to today's products so that you can buy it with the 20% discount if you would like. So I will add that after we have finished on live. Let's see, want to just go over this really quickly with you. So this is the Riley Blake Our Town quilt. We did talk about this at the very beginning of live. So this is a membership. You are signing up for the full year. Today is the last day that Riley Blake are giving to us to increase our numbers on the subscriptions. So wanted to find out if any of you are interested in joining us for this. It is $39.99 per month. We will be offering an in-store class at no charge if you're part of the subscription, or if you are a out-of-towner, we will be offering free shipping and we will be doing them on Facebook Lives. Okay, let's take another peek. The giveaway for today, didn't do that. The giveaway today is a little set of 2 placemats. Whoops, I've got that one upside down. And that is going to go to Miss Nancy Rust. So we will go ahead and send that down to Littleton for you. Lots of stuff to talk about here today. I wanted to talk about my next Serger Club project. The next Serger Club project is an Amanda Murphy pattern. It is called the Wonky Log Cabin. Wanda, I am getting to the bag supplies and I'll show you the mystery kit again here in just one sec. So this is the Wonky Log Cabin. It is a Serger class. It is done virtually, but you will learn to construct this all on the serger, and then we will do some decorative stitching. Whether you have, you can do flat locking, you could do a plaid with the decorative top stitch, you can do regular cover stitching, you can do chain stitching. We'll talk about all of the different options for doing your decorative stitching and then your traditional piecing on the serger. And that is coming up next week. We do have a fabric kit and we have the patterns available for that. And then the next thing and the last thing we're going to talk about today is the Side Hustle bag by Annie. This is our next by, whoa, I dropped it. This is our next by Annie. Are you going to model it for us, Paula?
Oh no. Well, I can.
So you can actually wear this cross body, or you can actually wear it around the waist.
Okay. Like, oh.
And it's got a slider on it. So you can adjust it however you want. Yep. See? And the model does a great job on that. So that one is September 12th.
1-2.
We do have the fabric kits available. The fabric kits are $17.50. You really don't see the lining fabric, but it is that pretty teal. It is a thatched, let's see if we can see it here. It is the thatched fabric from Moda. I did order in a special color on the zipper because I really didn't like any of the zipper color tapes that we had in. So I did order in the neutral for this project. So you will need the zipper tape if you're going with my fabric collection. And then this is the hardware that you will need. You will need a 1-inch slider. You will need a 1-inch swivel hooks, but you will need the 1.5-inch triangle flats. So you do need the wider triangle flat, and that is because this strapping in here is the wider strapping, so it needs the wider triangle. So you will need two different strappings. You will need the 1-inch and the 1.5-inch strapping. I do have this all up onto today's products with the 20% discount for you all. And I think we'll go back and we'll take a final peek at the Mystery 59. So here is the Mystery 59 kit. We're starting this next week. It is a full table runner. And on the hardware, there are going to be different choices on the finishes. So there is the nickel, which is the shiny silver. There's an antique brass, and there is the black metal. And all of those should be on the website for you to buy. And I'm going to turn the camera back around, hopefully. Hi, everybody. By the way, Wanda, I still have not, I checked my email right before I went live. I still have not heard anything back from OESD/Dime at the moment. If I missed a comment today, I apologize. If you commented blue, I don't think Paula quite heard me when I said, and I offered that we would cut more of these.
I did not.
She did not hear that, but she did just hear it now. We also can cut more on the pink. So if anybody was wanting the pink also, we absolutely can do the pink or the blue. These were just two leftovers that we had sitting on our comment sold table, and sounds like several of you wanted them. So we're happy to make some more because it's not a one-off. And I think with that, I've had a lot to show you today. I can't wait to see some of your finished Happy Hues quilts posted. So please, please, please post them for us because we love to see them. And tomorrow, Paula has a really fun quilt for you. So it'll be Paula and Matt tomorrow. And I get to go down to the Littleton store tomorrow to see the ladies down there. And I think with that, I'm going to let you all go and stay cool, and we'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.